Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing really well. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you to my returning subscribers. I really do appreciate you being here, and the more that you comment and the more I see your name, you may be in with a chance of winning a free reading at the end of the month. So let's get into your reading today and see where we're at. I'm going to pick the runes first of all, see what the energy is. So if there's something on your mind right now, just put it into the forefront of your mind and we'll see what the runes are telling us about. So we have Canas to start with. We have Lagos. And Nordis. Okay, so there's something that you've been paying attention to recently that's created some flow in your life. It's helping you to kind of feel a bit more freedom somehow. That's really been illuminated to you, and it's something that aligns you on a bit of a soul path. So this is helping you to understand on a deeper level what you really need. So rather than on a surface level, it's on a deeper level. Now what I'm sensing is for many of you, you're making a few changes in your life. There was a reading I did earlier that was about rebirth basically, and how you have to make changes in order for a rebirth to happen, which can mean sometimes letting go of things that can be painful to let go of, moving away from things that perhaps used to be a habit or something that you would do, or something that you would have in your life that is no longer going to be relevant because you are moving into a new chapter. And that's kind of what this is talking about. There's this illumination here, something's been highlighted that once it's seen, you can't unsee it. And now that you've seen it, you're ready to move, you're ready for freedom, you're ready to flow. And through making that choice, you've actually aligned yourself with a real soul level need, okay? So Nordis kind of represents our primal will, our basic needs. It's like that need fire, It's what are the basic needs of that food, shelter, water kind of thing. And with Nordis, this is sort of like recognizing a real deep need that you have. And bringing that to the forefront. So I'm actually going to see what the cards are telling us. I've got two sets of animal cards today, so we're going to see what this is talking about right now for you in areas of your life. Oh, well, I just saw dragonfly there, which was an illusion. So something has been highlighted to you that perhaps was a bit of an illusion before. But maybe you're breaking the illusion now. You're breaking through those illusions. Breathe, or breath, okay? This is time to take a breath. You've had to take an intelligent move, an intelligent kind of change. And in doing that, I'm going to go with that dragonfly on there as well. Something that was an illusion before is no longer an illusion. You're seeing it for what it is. Something has been exposed here. And it's actually almost feels like a new breath of fresh air. It's like it's helping you to actually feel like you can move. Now you've got a dolphin on here, and that always makes me think of like how soft their skin is. And they move through the water. With that flow, Lagos is all about water. And this is about you being able to flow, being able to go with that flow of that water. Facing fears, moving through those fears now and allowing yourself to align with what is your highest purpose, your greatest good, what is best for you. And it's like you're almost starting to recognise what is good for me, what is best for me, what feels right for me at this time. Purification, the trout and lily of the valley. There is a flipping theme here. I'm not kidding, there's a theme. We've got a fish, we've got a dolphin, and we've got Lagos. This is all water. So this could be to do with emotion, fear, intervention, movement, okay? There's a lot going on here, but you're purifying something. And like I was talking about before, making these changes, you're letting go of something here, but you're not just letting go of it. You're kind of like purifying things. So it's basically, it's a bit like, imagine you had an infestation of fleas or something, okay? We're just going to go with this. You've had an infestation of fleas in your home and you've let it go for a bit. You saw a couple of them and you thought, oh, they'll go on their own. They'll when it gets cooler, they'll just die off and they'll go. but it got a bit more worse and worse, and you started to realise, like, actually I need to do something about this. So you extinguish them? What is it that you do? I think you put like a smoke bomb down or something like that, don't you? You kind of, you fumigated, that's the word, you fumigated them. But in doing that, you've got to let go of something. So it's never going to come back from that point, but you knew this needed to happen because it's festering. It was festering in your mind, it was blocking your flow and your way forward, and you started to have this realization of actually what is holding me back from moving forward. And it was this all along, and it may have seemed like it was just there, it was just something that was there, it didn't really need messing with, it would have just gone away on its own. But you've come to the realization, like, no, I actually have to do something about this. First, I have to acknowledge that it is stopping me from moving forward. And then I have to find a way of taking action over separating myself from this or doing something about it. That's the purification part that you've been going through. And the purification process may have been a release of emotion as well. So it may have been you letting go in an emotional level too. Okay. So, apologies for the background noise. I think when the hot weather comes out, people just want to be in their gardens doing stuff. So if you can hear any noises coming from outside, that is what that is. So what is this current situation? Yeah, you've really become aware of a balance that you needed in your life, a truth. You're trying to do the right thing, I feel. You're moving in a way that is like, I want to lead with integrity. I want to move through my life with integrity. I want to know what really works for me here, what feels right for me. We have the Queen of Cups on the bottom there. So definitely something to do with emotional fulfillment that you're moving towards. There has been an opening up of emotion around this as well. So you've been really allowing your emotions to shine, to flow. So what challenge are we looking at on this journey of purification? What is the challenge on this? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to pull a card from inside. Okay, so the challenge has actually been about options, opportunities, maybe having your fingers in too many pies. So it's kind of like you feel like you've been stretched thinly over different options, different opportunities and things that you could be doing. Okay, let's get some more on that. But there's been a change to these options again. Now, we saw the dragonfly before, or I saw the dragonfly. This card can sometimes signal how those options can seem a bit elusive. So it can seem like you've got these options, but actually they were some kind of red herring, or they just were leading you down a path that you didn't really want to go down, leading you into places and around people maybe that you didn't really resonate with you. But I feel like now you've chosen a path. This is the challenge here, is like, can I choose a path and stick with it? And there's something changing in how you go about things. And this has been quite like a sudden change. It's almost like something has inspired a change in your life. What has inspired the change in your life? Okay, some kind of communication. A kind of communication that's uncovered what you thought was an illusion that actually isn't an illusion. It's truth. And we've got the Five of Swords in the reverse position. So you may have been beating yourself up over something here. But this is you kind of letting go of that now, realising you don't need to do that. You don't need to feel this way about yourself. You don't need to allow this to have a hold over you. You feel deep down, that the way you go about things with integrity, authentically, trying to be the best version of yourself, just trying to be you. But there's been things around you that have kind of made you feel like there's something wrong with you, or there's something within you that isn't quite right. So that festering I was talking about with the fleas, it's like that's been festering on you for a while, and you've realised actually this isn't mine. And it doesn't need to be in this house. I don't even have a pet. So you've had the realization, though, even though it isn't yours, and even though this isn't your problem, it's affecting you, and it has been holding you back from moving forward, you know, because you're not going to want to invite people around when you've got this flea infestation, this problem, yeah? So that's where this change has come in. You've had to take some kind of action here that possibly could bring a bit of chaos, you know, that fumigation kind of energy, that cleansing, purification. It feels like it has been harsh, or it's been hard. It's been difficult to do and to take in, but you had to do it, and you know you had to do it. So what does this mean for you now? What's going to happen now? Because I feel like whoever's watching this video, you've already started that cleansing process. You've already taken yourself through that process. So now is a new beginning with clarity. This is sort of like, you know, really being very clear and seeing the way forward, seeing what direction you need to go in. There is still some illusion there. There's still things under the surface that need to be uncovered, that haven't been quite illuminated yet, but maybe in time they will be. So what is that, the moon, talking about on there? What? Okay. There's something about competition. There's something about, maybe there's a feeling of, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong about this? What if I have to compete here? There's a sense of fear, and I think that's why Lagos is here, of being led into a false security, because that's happened before to you. And in feeling like you've been led into a false security, this is why you're going through this purification, because you're like, if I can strip everything down, then I can see it fully for exactly what it is. And that's what you're doing. You're going through that process now. Okay, so what you need to know is to try not to hold yourself back by this fear of having to compete, or feel like there's going to be a need to compete. Okay, so why do you feel like there's a need to compete? Okay, for victory. You want victory over this. You want power over this. You want this to be your win. And there's a feeling here of like, I'm not going to win. But you're determined to, it feels. And you feel you want victory over this. You want to win. Which, you know, that's very inspiring. You're very enthusiastic about this. You sort of, you know, you've had this realization. You are going to win. You are going to win. And what you're going to win is something that is very long lasting, something that is a real investment, that is long term. Okay. You've been nurturing this for some time. This may have started out as like one pentacle, and you may have left it alone for a while, but then you started nurturing it again. Maybe through this purification process, you've done that. And it's bringing, you're going to get an element of some kind of conclusion in what's been bothering you here, especially around that competition and you holding back because of that. But there's also this energy of something moving forward that is very prosperous, that is very good news coming in, basically. Okay, this is like in the form of some kind of communication that is coming into you about something that you've invested in long term, or you would like to invest in long term. What else do we have? Yes, okay. Very good fortune for you. This is the Wheel of Fortune. It's turning in your favour. Something has shifted or changed in your energy. You are aware of this and you're making these changes. You're purifying this. Maybe you're even using breath work as a form of meditation to help you to shift this energy. Or if you're not, maybe you need to right now as part of this purification process. Remember, it's purification on all levels. So that's physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Use that purification on all those levels. This is going to help you to move through detaching from whatever it is that's been holding you back, that's been in your energy, that's been holding you back and not allowing you to move forward. Because that's what you want right now is the ability to change. And I do see with this sometimes it does signal a time for like jumping on a new timeline. You elevating here. It's going up. It's raising, you know. Yes, prepare for your ships to come in. This is so exciting. All of this work that you've been doing recently, and I'd say this has been over the past 3 weeks especially, you've been clearing out, loosening things off, tying things off that didn't serve you anymore, burning them away, allowing that release of emotion. It's been hard for you detaching from this, but you knew it was the right thing to do. You know it's the right thing to do. And for some of you, you're still in the momentum of trying to completely separate from it. There may be some more purification to be done, or cleansing and clearing to be done. It almost feels like you're still not quite fully got to a conclusion around something as well. There's still something that needs a conclusion here. But while you're waiting for that, you are preparing for this ship to come in now. We have the world on the bottom. I keep getting this vision of somebody going travelling or going somewhere on some kind of travel. But it's going to be travel that will be spiritually enlightening, awakening you in a spiritual sense, in a very positive way. Okay, it's going to really bring something for you that you weren't expecting. But you already know that your journey is going on a spiritual level. You already are aware of that that's where you're headed. And there's a lot of inspiration in your energy at this time that you can harness, that you can really utilize to create the life that you want. What else do we have for you? What advice do we have for you from the cards? Advice is the Two of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So this is about balancing emotion, okay? This is emotional fulfillment, love and support. But there needs to be a two-way street. There needs to be a balance in that. So I feel like this is about recognizing that need for balance. Someone here wants to keep a constant flow of energy. This water energy that's coming through on here, it's all about moving through fear, creating flow, creating balance, intervention where it's needed, you know, and cleansing, real actual cleansing on an emotional level, I feel, massively on an emotional level. But this is also allowing you to find some fun. It's allowing you to really realize what brings the fun out in you, what brings something that's content and fulfilling out in you. It's helping you to heal, and it's also helping you to move through a feeling of lethargy as well, a feeling of like not wanting to do anything. What else do we have for you on here? What about your environment right now? What's your environment looking like? Let's see. What do we have for you in terms of your environment? Okay, so the Five of Cups. So you could be feeling some at times a little bit like you spend a lot of time on your own. I'm feeling from this, or that you're kind of thinking a lot when you are by yourself in your environment, but your environment feels like it needs to be full with something more. Like there's something lacking there that wants to be present in that energy, or you want something more in your environment. You want to fill it with something. I've got the world on the bottom again. You're looking for refreshment. You're looking for something fresh, exciting, joyful, inspirational. Let's clarify that Five of Cups a little bit more. Okay, we've got Judgment in reverse. So there's some doubts going on here. There may be an element of, yeah, like you're really doubting yourself. There's an energy of, if you've ever heard the expression of like down the rabbit hole, you know, like if you overthink things sometimes you can enter into a little bit of a paradox. And what I'm sensing here is someone sort of not wanting to be on their own too much and start going down that rabbit hole and overthinking things, and then doubting yourself. but I feel like there is a tendency to do that. So what do you need to know on that? What advice can we give you to help you with that? You know, every time I do a reading, there's this massive white butterfly that flies around there. I can see it through the mirror and through the window. And it's ever so, well, that's transformation, isn't it? And it's pure white, like purity. What was I asking again? I can't remember. So, what do you need to know? What do you need to do about this? It's about standing in your power, recognising your strengths, recognising where you can take the lead in your environment to succeed, okay? There's this energy of really needing to see yourself clearly. And in order to be successful, you need to be confident in yourself. No more doubting. No more feelings like this. No more going down the rabbit hole. This is about you knowing what it is that's right for you. That need fire, okay? Now, the King of Wands is all about that need fire. He's a real passionate person. And very I'd say he's probably the most primal king out of all of the kings, really. There's something about your primal will here and your needs being met. And in your environment right now, I feel like maybe sometimes your needs aren't being met. So this is what's changing for you, but you have the power to succeed with that. You have the power to change that. And we have the Queen of Wands on the bottom. So for some of you, this could be actually about a counterpart entering your life. So whether you are male or female here, doesn't matter. It's whatever resonates with you as to what that counterpart would be. But I feel like this is having an other half kind of, you know, or your, whatever you view as your spouse or partner or anything like that. If you're not with anybody at the moment, this could be somebody stepping into your life that is going to be joining you in your environment to help you through this, bringing you some balance, passion, confidence, someone that believes in you. So that's quite interesting that she's on the bottom there. In being in that confident way, you're actually bringing this into your environment. You're bringing what you want into your environment. You won't doubt it from that point. What else do we have on that? I'm going to start that again. Oh, devil. Okay. So there's something very tempting in your energy, and this might be where the illusion comes from, is sort of like you've been asking yourself, is this an illusion or is this true? Can I trust this? Is this the right option for me? And you may have been asking yourself, you know, am I just deluding myself here? Am I lying to myself? Am I just making this up or thinking too much here? Are you? Because you've been hurt before. You've been hurt many times. And there's a fear there in that hurt of committing to something because you don't want to be hurt again. You don't want to go through that cycle again. So you want to be really, really sure. You know? You want to be really, really sure. That's what this was talking about with the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, that competition. Feeling like, I don't know if I want to compete anymore. I don't know if I want to have to try and win this. But it's showing in the cards that you are going to win whatever this is. You know, you're going to win. You've got victory. You've got communication. You've got good news coming in. Okay, so clarify your fears with the devil there. Okay. There's a fear of maybe not being able to express your emotions well enough here. You know, there's something that maybe needs to be expressed or wants to be expressed, but there's a fear around doing that. There's so much water going on in this reading, so much of that. Maybe you're a water sign or somebody on your mind is a water sign, but there's definitely this energy of, I feel like something's healing your inner child or inner teenager through this experience right now. Maybe you're going over some of these memories and things as well. But you are perhaps, you know, somebody that just wants serendipity here. You want things to be fun. You want things to be light-hearted. But you know that you need to drop into the emotions here. You want something deeply emotionally fulfilling. but the other side of you is like maybe feeling like, am I mature enough for that? And, you know, please don't take offense to that, but what I mean is like, you know, am I ready for this? Am I ready for love? Am I, you know, open to receive this on an emotional level? That's what I'm feeling. And we've got another counterpart here. We've got the King and the Queen of Cups, okay? So there's emotional fulfillment on both sides here. Definitely feel like this is to do with combining with somebody that is fulfilling for you. We've got the Magician on the bottom. So you've manifested this. You've been working something here. And through, you know, you've got to a point now where it's like you have to do this purification. You have to release this emotion in order for this to move forward, to drive forward. Interestingly, we have the Four of Wands as well on the bottom. So this is celebration, freedom. You are freeing yourself from something that's held you back for such a long time. Held you back on an emotional level as well. It's kind of blocked you from feeling like you can express your emotion without criticism or without feeling like you're in the wrong. There's a lot to do with that on here, that you felt like you're in the wrong. Yeah, there's an energy about that. Okay. I've got Mr. Tambourine Man in my head, that song. Play a song for me, if you know what I mean. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. So maybe music is something around this as well. Maybe music is soothing to you. Perhaps that's helping you through this. Or maybe you are cleansing. Okay. You might be cleansing your Spotify or your music that you listen to of songs that maybe remind you of a particular time in your life or a particular person as part of this cleansing, this purification that you are doing. Okay. I don't know the lyrics to that song. I'm trying to think what they are. Anyway, let's see what your outcome is on this, shall we? So what is the outcome here? Okay, we've got the Ten of Wands as an outcome here. So this is you offloading. You see, what I'm seeing this as here is like this bull is whatever this experience is or person that's been in your life that has burdened you, that has made you feel like that you've been illuminated about this kind of like infestation, that you know this isn't working for me anymore, and this isn't mine either. So this is you kind of unpacking and packing somebody else up. It's like you're packing them up to go like, you know what, cow, we're done now. Here's your stuff, and it's time that you moved on. Definitely see somebody either packing or unpacking some things here, having a real good clear out. You are doing this so diligently. You are really focused on this aspect of your life right now. And in this purification process, you're doing so much. You're really allowing things to move. You know, you're very determined on this, and it may be very tiring for you. It may be very difficult for you on so many levels, you know, physically, mentally, and emotionally. But there's something about spiritually as well that seems to be pushing you forward, almost like it calls to you. So, what else do we have for your outcome on here? Three of Swords now. Okay. There is still a lot to unpack. There's still a lot that you're going to be going through. I do sense there's a feeling of needing to... So where's that Moon card gone? There is still within you something that needs to be understood or cleared or spoken about. Your heart is healing from something, but there's still a need to express a feeling that's been hidden, that hasn't been talked about. And this is about you feeling that freedom and the ability, feeling safe even. This is what the energy is bringing here. It's like feeling safe to actually express this, to bring this. So what happens when you do? We have the Fool. This is going to be you know, taking a leap of faith in expressing yourself in this emotional way. Expressing the fulfillment of love that you require, that you are needing right now, this need that you have, this emotional fulfillment that you need. Expressing it is opening up a whole new path for you. Through you taking a leap of faith on doing that, it's opening up a whole new path for you. And this path is so, it just feels so freeing. It's like I can see somebody stood almost like, you know, if someone stood out on a mountain or a coastal road or something like that. I don't know, I just got this sense of like someone taking in all the wind. I mean, sort of like, this just feels so good. So, so good, yeah? And it is bringing this rebirth, okay? But in order for a rebirth, something has to change. You have to let go of something, and that's exactly what you're doing right now, and you are purifying it. So if you needed a message from Spirit right now to know that you are going in the right direction, that you're doing everything that you should be doing or could be doing, this is it. It's here. It's arrived. It really has arrived. I'm not going to pick any more cards because we could keep going on this all day long. But if this resonates with you and this sounds like the situation that you're in at the moment and what you're going through, please do get in touch. I don't only do card readings, I do healings as well. So we can go into past life regressions, soul retrievals. We can look at all forms of healing in an aspect of your life to help you to move forward, or even through that cleansing process, through that purification. So thank you so much for listening to this video, and I will speak to you very soon. Have a blessed day.